Have you ever noticed how your dog stops every few steps on a walk? Nose glued to the ground, completely lost in a scent you can't even detect. It might seem random or even annoying, but what if that simple behavior is actually the key to understanding how your dog sees the world? Dogs don't experience life the way humans do. While we rely heavily on sight, dogs live in a world dominated by smell. For them, every sniff is not just a smell, it's information, memory, emotion, and even communication. What looks like aimless sniffing is actually a highly intelligent behavior backed by science, evolution, and deep instincts. From identifying other animals to reading emotional signals, your dog's nose is constantly working like a powerful biological scanner. But the real reason they sniff everything might surprise you, because it goes far beyond curiosity. It reveals how dogs think, how they bond with us, and how they understand their environment in ways we are only beginning to study. Let's start with something fascinating. A dog's sense of smell is estimated to be tens of thousands of times more sensitive than a human's. Scientists, including research supported by organizations like the American Kennel Club, have found that dogs have up to 300 million olfactory receptors in their noses, compared to about 5 million in humans. This means when your dog stops to sniff a tree, they're not just smelling bark, they're detecting layers of information. Which animals passed by, how long ago they were there, their health, and even their emotional state. Imagine walking into a room and instantly knowing who had been there hours earlier, what they were feeling, and where they went next. That's your dog's reality. And this is why walks aren't just exercise for dogs, they are mental stimulation. But what exactly are they reading in these scents? Here's where it gets even more interesting. Dogs use scent as a form of communication, almost like social media for animals. When one dog urinates or leaves scent markers, it's not just marking territory, it's leaving a message. Other dogs can read that message through smell. They can tell the age, gender, reproductive status, and even the mood of the dog that left it. So when your dog spends a long time sniffing one spot, they might be catching up on the neighborhood's latest news. It's like scrolling through updates. Most dog owners never notice this deeper layer of interaction. But for dogs, it's essential social behavior. And this leads to another question. Do dogs only sniff to gather information? Or is there something emotional behind it too? Scientists discovered something fascinating about this. Sniffing actually has a calming effect on dogs. Research in animal behavior science shows that when dogs are allowed to sniff freely, their heart rates can decrease and stress levels can drop. This is why activities like sniff walks or scent games are often recommended by veterinarians and trainers. When your dog pauses to sniff, they're not being stubborn, they're engaging their brain and regulating their emotions. Think of it like humans listening to music or taking a deep breath to relax. So the next time your dog refuses to move because they're focused on a scent, it might actually be their way of feeling safe and content. But there's another layer to this behavior that goes even deeper into their biology. Have a special organ called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ, which allows them to detect pheromones, chemical signals that carry emotional and biological information. When dogs sniff deeply, especially when they curl their lips slightly or pause intensely, they may be analyzing these invisible signals. This ability helps them understand not just other dogs, but sometimes even humans. Studies suggest that dogs can detect changes in human hormones, meaning they may sense fear, stress, or happiness through smell alone. This is one reason dogs are so good at comforting their owners there. Literally smelling how you feel. But if dogs can read emotions through scent, what else can they detect? The answer is almost unbelievable. Dogs can be trained to detect diseases like cancer, diabetes, and even changes in blood sugar levels. Their noses are so precise that they can pick up tiny chemical changes in the human body long before symptoms become obvious. This ability is already being used in medical detection dogs around the world. It shows that sniffing isn't just a habit, it's a superpower. And yet, even with all this capability, dogs still spend time sniffing ordinary things like grass, shoes, or even you. Why is that? Because for dogs, smell is deeply connected to memory. Just like certain scents can trigger memories in humans, dogs use smell to remember experiences, places, and individuals. When your dog sniffs your clothes or your hands, they are reinforcing their bond with you. Your scent is familiar, comforting, and meaningful to them. It's one of the reasons dogs are so loyal they literally carry your scent memory with them. This also explains why dogs may sniff new people. Carefully, they're building a scent profile, deciding whether that person is safe or familiar. But there's one more surprising layer to this behavior that most people never think about. Dogs don't just sniff to understand the present, they can also track the past. Through a process called scent tracking, dogs can follow trails that are hours or even days old. Their noses can detect disturbed ground, crushed plants, and microscopic scent particles left behind by movement. This is why dogs are used in search and rescue missions. To them, a scent trail is like a visible path. So when your dog zigzags on a walk, they might actually be following a complex trail you can't see at all. What looks chaotic to us is actually incredibly precise and purposeful. Now here's the most surprising fact. Your dog might actually need to sniff as much as they need physical exercise. Studies show that mental stimulation through scent work can tire a dog out more effectively than a long walk. Just 10 to 15 minutes of intense sniffing can provide the same level of enrichment as much longer physical activity. This changes the way we should think about dog care. It's not just about movement, it's about engagement. Letting your dog sniff isn't spoiling them. It's supporting their natural intelligence. So the next time you're out walking your dog and they stop every few steps, ask yourself, are they being slow? Or are they exploring a world you can't even perceive? Do they sniff your shoes when you come home? Do they pause at certain spots longer than others? If you've noticed these behaviors, you're already witnessing their incredible sensory abilities in action. In the end, dogs don't just live in our world, they experience a completely different version of it. A world built on scent, memory, emotion, and hidden information. Sniffing is how they read that world, understand it, and connect with it. And more importantly, it's how they connect with you. So next time your dog stops to sniff everything, maybe let them. Because to them, that moment isn't random at all. It's meaningful. And now we're curious. Does your dog stop and sniff everything on walks? Or do they focus more on moving forward? Share your experience in the comment suite. Love to hear your story.